We begin in Knoxville. A month ago, I would have told you that Butch Jones had a lot more job security than most SEC fans probably realized. Unlike Texas A&M Athletic Director Scott Woodward, who personally put Kevin Sumlin on the hot seat, Tennessee AD John Currie has been publicly supportive of Jones more often than not. But after a 3-2 September, highlighted by a 41-0 humiliation this past Saturday to Georgia, Jones is having a hard time sitting down. Truthfully, he could be 1-4. He needed a miracle to survive Georgia Tech in overtime, and then UMass had several chances to win in the fourth quarter. He's challenged his own fans. He's challenged his own media as well. There's so much negative momentum these days, it's hard to see him ever turning the tide back in the right direction. Rocky Top, you'll never be home sweet home to Jones. All right, let's take it to the house with a pick six. Either LSU isn't getting coached very well, or their players aren't taking that coaching very seriously. Perhaps both. Once again, the Tigers look less than prepared in getting upset by Troy. The offense remains one-dimensional. The defense can't get a stop when it matters. Special teams have also been inconsistent. Credit Ed Ordron for taking full responsibility, but right now, he seems like a defensive line coach who's in over his head. Cajun accents don't win football games. After yet another shoulder injury to Luke Del Rio, Felipe Franks is again the starter at Florida. Let's face it, the Gators aren't going to have a high percentage passing game anytime soon. Franks is too inexperienced and his receiving core is too inconsistent. But this kid does have a huge arm, so think of him like a power hitter in baseball. If you want the occasional home run, you're going to have to live with all the strikeouts. Few programs have gone from contender to pretender faster than Mississippi State. 2 weeks ago, the Bulldogs crushed LSU and made a case as the second best team in the West behind Alabama, but then came back-to-back losses to Georgia and Auburn by a combined score of 80-13. Dan Mullen's play calling is deadly when he has a big lead, but when he's facing a big deficit, he can't play catch-up with that scheme and personnel. Kentucky was fortunate that its heartbreaking loss to Florida a week ago Saturday didn't turn into two losses. The Wildcats only beat Eastern Michigan by 4 points at home, and the Eagles had the ball on the plus side of midfield in the final minute. Mark Stoops and company deserve a mulligan though. That brutal defeat to the Gators will linger all season long, but their schedule is favorable the rest of the way. This might be an 8-4 team. Texas A&M's Kellen Mond still has a long way to go as a passer. Of the 14 QBs to qualify, he's 12th in the SEC in efficiency rating. But as a rusher, the true freshman is already quite effective. He has 252 yards on the ground in 5 games. Only Alabama's Jalen Hurts and Mississippi State's Nick Fitzgerald have more at the position. Mond just needs to stop forcing the ball to his old high school teammate, Jabon Osborne. It was great to see Jacob Eason back on the field in Georgia's blowout of Tennessee, even if it came in garbage time. He looks to be fully healthy again after the knee injury he suffered in week 1, but make no mistake about it, this is Jake Fromm's team. The Bulldogs are putting together a spectacular season, and the last thing Kirby Smart needs right now is a quarterback controversy. Fromm is the starter, Eason is the backup, period. And finally, for the second season in a row, the SEC appears to be out of the Heisman Trophy race before it even really got started. Last year, LSU's Leonard Fournette quickly saw his candidacy come and go due to injury. This year, his successor, Darius Geis, has suffered a similar fate. The conference probably only has one contender left, and it's Alabama's Jalen Hurts. But he's 86th in the country in passing yards. He's tied for 62nd in passing touchdowns. Voters like me tend to like numbers, and that will obviously hurt him. However, he's been borderline flawless running this offense. the Crimson Tide are #1 in the league in both total yards and points scored. But more importantly, they haven't committed a single turnover in 5 games. There isn't another program in America that can say that. Yes, his supporting cast is amazing, but don't tell me that any other quarterback would have similar success. That is simply not true. It's time to start appreciating just how special Hurts is. Thank you for watching, and for all SEC all the time, visit SaturdayDownSouth.com.